Today we're going to be brewing a 8.4% breakfast stout with 16 pounds of grains,
some coffee, and some Belgian cocoa. See how it goes.
See how it goes. So we warmed up our water. We overshot our temperature by a little bit. So we've got it opened up right now, just letting some of the hot air out. Let it cool down a bit to about 170, and then we'll put in our grains and give it a good stir. Alright, so our water temperature is at 170, our grain temperature is at about 60. We got 16 pounds of grains. We're going to go ahead and mix the two together and mash in, and it should get us to our target mash temperature. Oh, this is interesting.
I have a big ass bag.
Target temperature was 154, and we are right at 154. Look at that. Perfect.
Skills.
Skills. Alright, cool. Let's close her up. Start the timer. A timer of some sort. Doesn't matter which one.
Alright, right now we're taking our cool runnings. Just gonna get some of that crap out of there before we put it into our keg.
You may want to clarify, because we call it cool runnings. Actually
Supposed
called
to be
first runnings.
First runnings.
Set the grain bed. You kind of see some of the grain still floating. Look at the green husks floating in the wort coming out. And what this will do is set the grain bed so we can filter out some of that stuff.
Okay.
So now we're finally draining our wort from our mash tun into our boil kettle. Roughly the same speed we were taking the first runnings. Eric's getting the Sparge arm ready. Alright, so we have our hot liquor tank up here, coming down to our wonderful homemade Sparge arm. Drizzling water, warm water on top of the mash. Draining out right into our boil kettle.
Slow and slow.
We're at about 150 degrees right now. That Sparge will warm it up. Hopefully do about 165, 170. Collected our wort from our mash tun and our Sparge. Ended up getting about 6 1/4 gallons of wort in there. It's pretty good. We're about to take a gravity reading. Pull some out of here. Should be enough. And the trick is you want a real flat surface to do this on. Hopefully it's not touching the bottom. Doesn't look like it. 11:44 or 10:44. So we'll take a correction. We got a correction calculator online. Rough temperature is about 138. So we're at about 1060. Let's see what our recipe talks about. A little low. And what we can do, but that is at the current state. So we're at 1060 at 6 1/4 gallons. After our boil we'll be at, so let's see, 60 times 6.25 gives us 375. Divide that by our final amount, which will be 5. It should have about 75, which will give us about a, in between, probably about 72% efficiency rating. So it'll be probably about 8.28% roughly, just by guessing. So it'll be pretty good once we're done with the boil.
Alright, right now I'm going to mash up our coffee beans. It says to grind coarsely, but we don't have a grinder, so I'm using this hammer. Oh no! So we're going to grind our coffee up that we're going to add to our end of our boil. We tried using a hammer, but that did not work. So see if this works.
Alright, so we're reaching a boil now. We're getting some not boil over, getting some foam. Getting some foam on top, so we're going to add a little bit of this firm cap, knock some of that down. Start it as soon as we have those. Stir, mix that up. That down a bit. Good. Go ahead and dump her in. Top edition 1. Just added our first hops. At a good temperature. Got a boil on the silicone tubing on the side. "15 seconds. I'm getting ready to add our second hop addition. It smells good. You can smell that, cameraman? You can smell that, cameraman?
Sound good.
Alright, here we go. Second hop addition. Added to the boil. Got another one stuck in there. Give her a good stir. Alright, the next thing we add will be our Whirlflock tablet at 15, and then our yeast nutrient at about 10. Alright, we're going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of the yeast nutrient into our boil. It actually calls to dissolve that, but we didn't do that. So we're about 10-15 minutes from the end of the boil. We're going to throw our chiller in here. Get it sterilized a bit. Probably have to turn up so we don't lose the boil. This is some wort that we took from earlier on in the boil. We're about 62 degrees or so. I'm going to put this in our yeast starter. Stir it around a bit. And I should. Alright. Just gonna start mixing it up. I'm gonna get an airlock to throw on top of that guy. Alright, so our timer's done.
Yep. So we're gonna add our last hop addition.
Last hop addition. Throw that in there.
Gonna add our Belgian coca.
Smells good. It smells like chocolate, hot chocolate.
Alright.
And then now we're gonna add our coffee beans. Go ahead and turn the gas off. We'll give it a stir. Alright, so our wort has been chilled at about 68 degrees. We got it going in here. Got a little aeration going on there. Just falling to the bottom. You can still see the coffee beans in there. Alright, so we got our yeast here. Mixed that earlier up with some wort. Still have a stir bar in there, so I'm trying to be careful not to boil it in. No, it's fine. That shouldn't go in. Try to do this slow enough. Until we hear a plunk.
On YouTube yet?
No, not yet. But we don't have any videos. This is stir bar. That's it. Stir. That's pretty good. That's it. Thank you for watching Moski Homebrew videos.
Make sure you subscribe to our page. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Cheers.